Hello, and I can't believe it, but we're in February already. The year seems to be zooming past, for me anyway. I don't know how you feel, but I was inspired to do this video today from a presentation that I was invited to present the other day for an organisation called SMSA, which is the Sydney Mechanics School of Art. And we had about over 88 people registered for the event, and I was talking about my book and the challenges of living with chronic pain. And because there were so many people, not all of them actually ended up attending, but they will get the recording. But what happened was that in the chat section of the Zoom meeting, there was a number, obviously, of comments, and I've had some follow-up comments as well. And a number of them have been related to how the issue of grief and loss really resonated for those of us that live with chronic pain. So I know I've talked about this before, but I just want to touch on it again because there are so many issues around loss and grief, and they are long-term. They are not time-based. They are not controlled by anything in relation to how long it has been since the event or occurrence of an event. And there are stages of loss and grief that Elisabeth Kübler-Ross talked about many years ago. And these stages, I'll just mention them again. As I say, I know I've done it before, but these stages are denial, anger, bargaining, often some depression, and then if we're very lucky, some degree of acceptance so that life can go on under this new normal, whatever that might be. But what's really interesting about those stages is I see that with chronic pain, we vacillate, we go backwards and forwards, as with any kind of grief, that they are not linear. So what happens is there are times when we are accepting that we have pain, don't like it, but we're accepting it. There are times, though, that we go into, especially when there's a flare-up, there's this denial again. I like to think that that's a lot less in terms of timing than it was in the original stages. But there's denial, there's anger, there's often anger, and there's often bargaining, and I'm sure you can relate to some of that. And of course, when we're constantly going through this frustrating backwards and forwards situation, and we're not living the life that we necessarily want to be living, or we get reminded of the limitations that we have rather than the things that we can do because of a flare-up or something like that, then we can go very deeply into depression. So today I just wanted to mention that, and for those of you that live with chronic pain, to kind of validate that and know that that's normal, and it's important to seek help and support to help you manage that. And that acceptance of our situation is the key. I don't mean giving in, but I mean accepting and learning to do things that we can do and that give us joy, and that release those happy chemicals in our body, and that allow us to live a fulfilling life within the parameters that we might be faced with. So loss and grief, a big part of living with chronic pain and any chronic condition. Think about it. If you're living with somebody with a chronic condition, perhaps that'll help you be a little bit more understanding about some mood swings. Anyway, bye for now. Take care, look after yourself, and remember, seek support and help, because it's a tricky, tricky space to be living in. Bye for now.